Was Atlantis real? Or just a story meant to warn us? Could a civilization more advanced than ours have vanished beneath the ocean, leaving secrets still hidden today? But first, subscribe on my channel, if you love history. Let's dive in. Beneath the restless waves of the Atlantic lies a question older than civilization itself. A story whispered through centuries of a city lost to time, a kingdom said to be richer than Egypt, more advanced than Rome, and yet destroyed in a single night. Was Atlantis a real civilization, or just an ancient warning against the dangers of human pride? Tonight, we explore the mystery, the myth, and the truth behind the lost civilization of Atlantis. The lost civilization of Atlantis, myth or truth? Plato's lost world. Our journey begins with the philosopher Plato more than 2,300 years ago. In his dialogues Timaeus and Critias, Plato described a mighty island beyond the Pillars of Heracles, today known as the Strait of Gibraltar. He called it Atlantis, a vast empire larger than Libya and Asia combined. It was a land of abundance, golden palaces, fertile plains, shining temples. Its capital, a marvel of engineering, concentric rings of land and water. But Atlantis was not born from myth alone. Plato claimed it was a true story, passed down by his ancestor Solon, who heard it from Egyptian priests. The tale was said to have occurred 9,000 years before Plato's time. That's over 11,000 years ago today. The Atlanteans, blessed with knowledge and power, grew greedy. They sought to conquer the world until divine punishment came. Earthquakes, floods, and in one terrible night, Atlantis sank beneath the sea. Message or memory? Narrator. Was Plato describing history or teaching philosophy? To many scholars, Atlantis was an allegory, a warning about hubris. In Plato's time, Athens had just survived war and corruption. Atlantis symbolized the fall of a proud empire that defied divine order, a mirror of humanity's flaws. Yet, others weren't satisfied. The details in Plato's writings were too vivid, the measurements too precise. If it was just a story, why such accuracy? Could Plato have been preserving the memory of a real ancient catastrophe? Perhaps the echo of a forgotten world? Echoes of the flood. Across cultures, stories of a great flood appear again and again. The Epic of Gilgamesh, the Bible's Noah, the Mayan Popol Vuh, and Hindu legends of Manu all describe humanity wiped out by water, then reborn. Could these be memories of an event from the end of the last ice age, when melting glaciers caused sea levels to rise over 100 meters? If so, ancient cities near the coastlines would have been swallowed whole. And perhaps Atlantis was one of them. Showtime lapse of rising seas covering lands, temples sinking, maps changing. The Minoan Connection. One of the most compelling theories connects Atlantis to the Minoan civilization, a real ancient culture that thrived on the island of Crete. The Minoans were seafarers, traders, and artists, a peaceful people who built palaces with running water and vibrant frescoes. But around 1600 BC, a volcanic eruption devastated the nearby island of Thera, Santorini. Tidal waves and ash clouds wiped out cities, plunging the region into chaos. Some historians believe this disaster inspired the legend of Atlantis. Yet, Plato described Atlantis as a civilization far older, nearly 9,000 years before. Could the Minoans be merely an echo of something far deeper in history? The hunt for Atlantis. From the 1500s to today, explorers have searched for Atlantis across the globe. In the Caribbean, the Azores, Antarctica, South America, even beneath the Sahara Desert. Each discovery fueled the myth anew. In 1940, Edgar Cayce, a famous mystic, claimed Atlantis lay in the Bahamas, and that remnants of its temples would rise again. Decades later, strange geometric structures were found near Bimini, leading to the Bimini Road theory. Scientists say it's natural limestone. Believers say it's proof. Lost technologies. What if Atlantis was more advanced than we imagine? Plato wrote that the Atlanteans mastered engineering, built harbors, and channeled rivers, feats unmatched in his time. Modern mystics expanded on this, describing Atlantean technology powered by crystals and energy fields. Some even suggest they harnessed power from the Earth's magnetic lines, a technology we've yet to rediscover. But with great power came corruption. According to legend, they tried to weaponize nature itself, leading to their destruction. A warning, perhaps, that progress without morality leads to ruin. The science of the deep. In modern times, oceanographers began scanning the ocean floor with sonar and satellites. We've mapped only 20% of the sea. The rest remains a mystery. In 2009, Google Earth images revealed what appeared to be massive grid-like patterns under the Atlantic near the Canary Islands. The internet exploded with excitement. Atlantis found! But Google later explained it was a mapping glitch from sonar scanning paths. Still, new discoveries keep surfacing. Submerged structures off India's coast, Dwarka, Japan's Yonaguni Monument, and Cuba's deep-sea ruins all hint that advanced cultures once existed before recorded history. Could they be fragments of forgotten Atlantean colonies? The symbol and the warning. Whether Atlantis existed or not, its story endures because it touches something universal. Our fear of losing everything we've built. It reminds us that civilizations, no matter how great, are fragile. Atlantis represents both the height of human achievement and the price of arrogance. Plato's tale was not merely about a city, it was a mirror held up to humanity, a reflection of our eternal struggle between wisdom and pride. Atlantis in the modern mind. In pop culture, Atlantis has never sunk. It appears in movies, games, and literature, from Disney's Atlantis to Aquaman, from Jules Verne to Marvel. Every generation reinvents it, as a paradise lost, a kingdom of light, or an underwater empire of gods. But beneath the fiction lies fascination. Why are we drawn to stories of lost civilizations? Because they speak to something deep within us, the longing for a forgotten past, and the fear it might return. Myth or truth? Maybe Atlantis was never meant to be found. Maybe it exists not in the ocean, but in our collective memory. The dream of what we once were, and the warning of what we could become. In the silence below, time stands still. Ruins whisper ancient words. And if you listen closely, you might hear them say, "We were once like you."